TampaMystic, and we live right here on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast, man. Listen, I know I got South Florida checking in, but we got to drop this one time. Big
Industries
Industries Most Wanted. Big
most
Industries Most Wanted.
wanted.
Yeah, big shout out to the homie Trippy Juice checking in, man. Listen, we got people tuned in, tapped in already. I see you guys. Shout out to everybody tuning in, bro. If you guys are tuned in right now, before he introduces himself, this is what I need you to go ahead and do. Whether we streaming on YouTube and two Facebook pages. Go ahead and drop a comment. Let us know you're here so we can bring it up on the screen. Because Trippy Juice he needs to know that you're here to support him. But he and I were just chopping it up. That's why we came on like a minute late. We were having this great conversation. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Definitely. Well, listen, man, without further ado, go ahead and give us that official introduction.
So what's going on, y'all? Y'all know what it is, man. 954 is Trippy Juice, man. And we rocking on Most Wanted with Mystic, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna give y'all a dope interview today.
Nah, big facts, big facts. Like I said, we was over here chopping it up, having a great conversation, really kind of getting to know each other a little bit because we both Florida babies, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Definitely. And I already see, moms checking in. Shout out to Dana.
Yeah. Mom finna check in.
No, for real, big facts. Well, listen, bro. Again, it's such a pleasure to have you on the line tonight. Thank you for taking the time to tap in. Give us that official introduction. Like, you from South Florida. Break it down for us. Who is Trippy Juice?
Man, so Trippy Juice just a Broward County kid that, I love to rap. And
Yeah.
that's really who I am. If you ask anybody, I always rep my city and I always talk about my music.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, I love it. I love, so far, we've been chopping it up and you got a lot going on. You're bigger than just an artist. You're an all around entertainer and a businessman, engineering, which we're going to get into all that. But before we do, I really want people to understand your journey. I think it's important that they understand, like, what you've been through to get to where you're at. So right now, we're just going to rewind a little bit and take it back to your childhood. What was it like for you growing up out there in Broward County?
I mean, it was like anybody else out here, man. I come from, a single mom, that raised two kids, until my stepdad stepped in later on in my life and he took the role of my father. But, uh, you know, uh, I like my childhood.
Yeah.
I won't say that we were rich like other people, but my mom always made it work, and really she always pushed me to do my dreams. So you know, a lot of kids, they don't know what it's like to hustle,
Yeah.
and so even though I come from humble beginnings, I really feel like that set me up to
Yes.
really do this.
I agree. Listen, I was a single mom. I raised my son, by myself. So I definitely understand what it's like to be a single mom. And what I also know is this: a young man, your first love is always your mother. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact. Yeah.
That's just fact. My son is grown now and he's married, and it's crazy because my daughter-in-law, people think she's my daughter because we look alike, we have similarities. So it's like that lets me know it's true, man. Like
Yeah.
a boy's first love is their mother. So I love the fact that you guys are so close, and she's taken on the role of being your manager,
Yeah.
and she's just a pivotal part of everything you got going on. So, again, staying in the childhood, before music, was there other things that you were pursuing, like playing sports,
Yeah.
instruments? Like, talk to us about that.
Yeah, so I actually, a lot of people don't know this, but I was one hell of an athlete.
Okay.
When I was younger, I really loved basketball. And actually, when I was a kid, I wasn't even really good. The reason I got good is because everybody made fun of me and said I shot like a girl. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
I,
I got to prove them wrong.
I had to. But actually, when I was in high school, I was playing football. I was on the high school football team, and I suffered a devastating knee injury. I tore my ACL, I cracked my kneecap, and I tore my meniscus. And
No.
so basically, I had to have knee reconstruction surgery, and basically, the doctor told me that if I ever played football again, it was more than likely that I wouldn't be able to walk.
Listen, the thing about sustaining those injuries, because I know quite a few people who have knee injuries, whether it was through playing basketball or football, it's never the same. I don't care how many surgeries you got, the pain is still going to be there. It's never going to go away. It may minimize, but I think it's also the fact that you have that fear of re-injuring yourself. So it's
What?
like
Cause man, I ain't gonna lie. Like there's few times in my life where I could honestly say I felt that much pain, dude. Like what? I cried. Like I cried on a football field in front of grown men.
nah, you're supposed to with that
I
type of
was like,
injury.
yo.
Like I have never sustained that, but I can only imagine how doggone painful it is. And have you had multiple surgeries or just one surgery?
I just had one and it was successful, but I had to be in a wheelchair for like I think it was like 6 months, and then
Wow,
I had to be on crutches for like another I think in total it was like a year.
dang,
Um, so it was a lot of rehabilitation, but honestly, that moment needed to happen for me. You know, I was a very a cocky person before that. You know what I'm saying? I
it
was an
humbled
ad.
you a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. You know, God has a way of humbling you, man.
I agree. Listen, I'm a big believer in God has his hands all over everything. And it's like oftentimes he will intervene in certain situations, like you said, to either humble you or to sit you down. I know you and I had talked earlier, and I don't know if you mind sharing this, but you said you were incarcerated at one point in time. And
Yeah,
like I'm a believer that God will sit us down when he sees us maybe veering off into the wrong direction to say, you know what, you getting off track here, bro. Like we got to get you
yeah.
back. So I'm a believer in that. So, with all that being said, when did music really start becoming that personal passion where you're like, you know what, this is something I want to do?
Honestly, I want to say like really when I got out, I was like I think 22,
Okay.
21, 22. And really it was just at that time like, I kind of had lost everything. Like, and I don't really talk about it too much, but I lost most of my friends. My best friend had passed away. My other
Mm.
best friend had passed away like, right before I had went inside. There was like a lot going on at that time in
Yeah.
my life, and really music was like just the thing that I latched onto as like keeping me alive, like really like the reason that I got up every day.
Man, music saves a lot of people's lives. Like I've sat down literally with thousands of artists because I've been interviewing for 12 years now. And I hear it a lot that artists say that music saved their life. And I kind of feel that way too. Like I had my son at 19 years old. So
Mm,
I'm a college dropout. I don't have a college degree. So I turned to music. It saved my
yeah,
life. I turned it into a whole career. So I think in different aspects, in different ways, it really does save people's lives. I just want to shout out to my business partner, Shaw Cypher with On the Grind Live. He's checking in. You're going to be interviewing with him soon as well.
oh
So
yeah,
he's
yeah.
checking in right now. So he's going to get a little dose of Trippy Juice before he gets to do this with you. So definitely shout out to Shaw Cypher checking in. But we both from Florida, right? You from South Florida, I'm from Tampa. Pay homage real quick. Who's a couple South Florida artists that have maybe motivated you?
Uh, well, so I gotta give first off credit to the person that put me on his TV show and that has been influence on me, my mom, since I was a child. That's Trick Daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Trick Daddy Dallas.
Uh, you know, uh, uh, you can never take that away from me. I was a bitch. I got my pots. Shout out Trick Daddy for that. Uh, and that's real cool that he did that for me. And shout out, to CO, his manager as well. I don't know if CO manages him. I think TO manages Trina, but uh, all in the same. Shout out CO, man. And also, honestly, for me, a lot of people don't bring this name up, but Iceberg. You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out to Iceberg. He's another dope one out of Florida too.
Honestly, for me, most people like probably don't even know this about me, but Iceberg was my favorite rapper growing up. Like that was the
Um,
person that I listened to every day in school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because to us, before Kodak and before X like blew up and took the South Florida scene to another level, uh, we didn't really have a lot of guys really putting on during the early 2000s. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like yeah, there was Trick, but he was kind of getting older during that time.
Yeah.
And Iceberg was the only person I want to maybe Piccolo and all them, but Iceberg was really like, to us, that was our dude.
So what was it about him? Because you said you were listening to him pretty much every day. What was it about Iceberg's music that you resonated with?
He knew what South Florida living was. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That was a person that could get on a track, you know what I'm saying, and make you feel like you was in Miami. Like you knew what was coming from him, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and I honestly, his bars, man. He had different bars back then, and he also had very catchy hooks. You know what I'm saying? Like he was doing different things that people weren't doing. And also Fella, you know what I'm saying? Fella, they were all the Dunk Riders, man. Fella, shout out Fella. That's my dog. I knew Fella OG. You know what I'm saying? But and that's why I support them boys too, because they was an influence on me, and also getting knowledge from Fella and people like that throughout my time running around has also like really blessed me up.
Yeah. Most definitely. That's dope, man. How did like you discover that your sound, because every artist or is it something you're still working on, or have you found your sound?
Honestly, I don't have a sound. I'm gonna be
Okay.
real. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I think my biggest downfall, but also my biggest attribute, probably is the fact that uh, honestly, man, I make so many different types of music, like every day. Like I kind of, if I was to compare myself to anybody, like, and I really don't even want to do this comparison because he still
Yeah.
doesn't even do some of the things I do. But if you look at like a Kanye, how like experimental he is,
Yes.
like I do different things. Like I might make a country song tomorrow. You don't know what's coming.
I love that. And that was actually going to be my next question. Are you open to tapping into other genres of music?
I definitely am. Honestly, eventually for me, I want to be able to start like a rock band. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like I'm one hell of a performer. I love to jump and go crazy, and that's definitely an aspiration of mine is to get into the rock music. I see myself as an artist, not as a rapper.
Absolutely. Yeah, you are a true artist and an entertainer, and part of that is actually entertaining, getting on stage and putting on a show, like not just standing there holding the mic swaying back and forth,
That's
like
so whack.
it's so whack. It is. I'm glad you said that. It is whack. Like,
Nobody wants to see that, bro.
no, nobody wants to see that. Like, you have to get on stage and entertain people. Like, have a little 1-2 or something. You know what
Like
I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna be real with you, man. Like I'm blessed in the way of the fact of like what I actually do for a living, and the fact that I'm able to see and be on stage with like really fucking big people.
Yeah.
And out of all the people that I've seen live, I will tell you, and I'm not saying this because I'm a fan. I'm saying this purely from like a artistic standpoint and watching him. Lil Uzi, man.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god,
love
bruh.
him. I love him. He is a
Like
true
his
entertainer.
Yeah, and when you watch him perform, like he's giving, and I'm talking about I'm on stage, so I'm seeing it from like this like side perspective, like watching this man run and watching him sweat and like he's doing it all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's dive into what you're talking about, because you and I had the opportunity, like I said, to chop it up a little bit before we went live. You help to orchestrate and set up these stages and stuff, right?
Yeah, so I basically I do it all honestly. So I set up the stages, um I do the audio, I do the lighting, I do the video, I do everything. When it comes to, I travel the country and I stay in nice ass Airbnbs.
I know that's right. That's
I
the
mean,
perks, right?
yeah, and it's not easy work, and not everybody can do it. But with what I do as a career on both sides, they work together very well.
How did you get involved in doing that? Being
Oh
able to set up, like,
man.
give us that story, because that sounds like a fun job.
So actually, man, I gotta shout out a homie of mine. RIP. My dog's pretty famous now, but my dog Juice Shiesty.
Yeah.
Juice Shiesty. He's part of the Dreidel twins with BLP Kosher, and he was also a really really good friend of mine, and we were friends for like 5 years, and he called me up one day, and he was just like, "Hey, quit your job. And I'm like, yo,
Are you paying
what
my bills?
what you mean? And he's like Trippy. I got to do the mic voice. He's like, Trippy, I need you to quit your job, bro. And I'm like, Mike, why would I quit my job? And he's like, listen to me, dude. They need people, and this is your end. And he's like, I've been telling you about this shit, and like, I just need you to trust me. And honestly, it's kind of crazy, man, because he changed my life, bro. Like,
Love
and
it.
he changed a lot of people's lives, to be honest. That dude, shout out Juice Shiesty, man. I hope y'all check out his music because it's got millions. My dog is on it.
Facts, man. That's a blessing, and that is a real friend right there. When people actually present you with those type of opportunities, that's a real friend right there. And those are far and few in between.
Yes, he was. He was a great friend, and he did a lot for all the people around him. You know, and that's one of the reasons, that his name is being talked about all over the world.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, definitely shout out to him. When you first started doing music, has your creative process remained the same? Has it changed? Take us through your creative process of putting a record together.
Honestly, it's changed so much. Honestly, my creative process now is I don't write on paper.
Okay.
So there is a couple of artists that I'm not trying to say that I take from them, but I'm just paying homage and really, saying what it is. Like, a lot of
Yeah.
artists be afraid to say where they get their stuff from, but if you look at people like Lil Wayne, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, when these type of guys, when they record, right, they bar it. They go on the mic, they do their line, then they do their next line, and they do it so professional and so clean. And I picked up on that, and really, that's the reason. Honestly, I feel like that my best music is coming now. Like, I'm definitely way better than I've ever been at this point in time.
Absolutely. So, in the beginning, were you a writer when you first started?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I started as a battle rapper, man. I used to battle rap in school, and I used to be on videos like battle rapping people. I always been a freestyler.
Okay.
You know, uh, you know, I ain't even trying to sound cocky because that's just not the image that I want to portray of myself. But uh, you got to be really fucking good to be able to freestyle with me.
Listen, I could only imagine, like, when I have artists that come on, and not often do they want to freestyle just because they're not freestylers, and the ones who truly do, I'm so fascinated by it because my brain doesn't work that fast.
Yeah.
you
And
know?
it's just, honestly, I do it for fun, and that's, I think, where I try to teach. Like, I have a lot of artists that I teach, and I have a lot of people on my team that learn from me that I
Yeah.
also learn from as well. But one of the things that I try to teach them, because the one thing that I do teach them a lot about is how to freestyle on the fly. And one of the things that I try to teach them is really, it's just the repetition of it.
Yeah.
When you're in the shower, make a song about the soap.
There you go.
When you
This
when you know what I'm saying? If you cooking macaroni, make a jingle about the macaroni, bro.
right.
Like, make it a game.
Definitely, absolutely, and I think that that's exactly how it works. Whatever type of environment you're in, if you are a true artist, you can create art no matter where you're at, whether you're driving in the car, with taking a shower, whatever it is, because is that where you're typically getting your influences, just everyday life stuff that happens?
Yeah, actually, I will give you a tidbit of information. I do not listen to rap music anymore.
Okay, okay,
So I took advice from Lil Wayne. Actually, Lil Wayne said in an interview that the only rapper he listens to is himself.
yeah,
And besides that, he listens to other genres of music, and I do the same, especially here as of late. And the reason being is because I don't want to be influenced by any other rappers anymore in their style, uh, because I found myself getting too accustomed to sounding like them.
yes, understood.
And so lately, I've really been diving into old rock and
Yeah.
blues and R&B, and really trying to pick up sounds and really diversify my music.
I love that. I think it's important with people like ourselves who are in this music industry. We have to find love within other genres and respect that. And I too, the same thing. Like I grew up in a household where my dad was a true like hippie, and I had to listen to like the Pink Floyds and the Led Zeppelins, and like that was the type of music, and I love that type of music. I got it on my Apple Music right now. Like there's a time and a place for everything. So, I think that's dope that you're, open to. Who was one of your favorite R&B singers?
Whoo! Favorite?
Yeah,
Oh man. For me, can I be honest?
absolutely.
I really feel like Usher got it in the bag, dude.
Oh, Ursher. I listen. Yeah.
Look, 1807 or whatever, 8701. No, 8701. Okay, 8701. I had that album as like a 9 year old. Okay, like I bought. You this is you asked my mom this at 12 years old. I went and bought Confessions.
Wow.
Like this is how good Usher is, bro.
He is. He literally resonates with, I think, everybody from age range to, race to whatever. And he's still today making music, and he out there still wooing the ladies, and like he's
Yeah,
definitely doing his thing. So I agree. He's definitely one of the greatest ever to do it.
and shout out to the Isleys too, cause I ain't gonna lie, man. Yeah, that's that grown folk music.
Nah, for real. I was about to say they out here making babies and stuff.
They still,
Babies.
bro, man. But they were doing it for so long, man. Like and you got to give them props for that. And I don't even think kids my age really trying to be listening to that, and they should, because it's like, man,
I
that's
agree. It's
incredible.
magical. Like there's nothing else like it, and it's no shade to a lot of these newer R&B artists coming out, but there's nothing like that. Like,
Mm-mm.
80s, or we'll even go back, 70s, 80s, 90s, type of R&B, man. So safe to say that you would tap into some of these R&B artists if you had the opportunity to.
Yeah.
So, out of all the music that you have released out there on the digital platforms, which of the records is like the most personal one for you?
Hmm. Personal. So I want to say the most personal probably is one of the first records I dropped with Lijon Slim. It's called Drop Top Thinking. And that one, was about the time that my best friend passed away.
I'm
And
so sorry
shout,
to hear that.
also, shout out Lijon Slim for hopping out on that. And he was actually the first celebrity to really ever endorse me. So shout out
Yeah.
to him for that.
Tell us about the record. Like, what did it mean to you when you were putting it together that made it so personal for you?
Well, honestly, so Andrew's Haitian, and that was my best friend, and so like John, he made the song "I'm in the Field with My Haitians," so he made the Haitian anthem. So for me, it was just like a way for me to, you know, uh, kind of show my friend that we connected him with a legend, man. Like we put you on with somebody that you would have represented with, that you would have loved.
Yeah, I love it. That is really, really dope, man. Now again, going back to when you first started releasing music on the digital platforms until now, and maybe you do or maybe you don't know, about how many records have you put out?
Um, so at first when I first came out, I was just doing the SoundCloud thing. So
Yeah.
I definitely got about like 6, 7 records on SoundCloud,
Okay.
but on Apple Music, Spotify, everything currently right now, I want to say I got about 12 singles out right now. But
Okay.
here's the thing though. All right. So I built myself off of those singles,
Yeah.
right? And I I don't think people understand what's about to come.
Mm. Put us on
Uh
game. Put us on game, Trippy Juice.
So I got so much, really I got like 100 songs in the vault, and
Wow.
really, honestly, those singles were for me to set up the precedent for me to make connections, get my name out there, and really, solidify myself as a South Florida artist.
Yeah.
I feel like I've done that, and now that I'm on this level where I feel like if I were to put things out, I have people paying attention. I feel like that I have features that people wouldn't believe. Like I have features with artists that are top notch artists.
That is
Not,
amazing.
and I also, I have a movie coming out.
Okay.
I was well, actually it's a series now.
Yeah.
It's called One Mic, but it's gonna be featuring me, Blueface, Crip Mac, who else? Onyx. I mean, just tons and tons and tons of your favorite hip hop artists. That's my first time uh, being on film, and it's gonna be on Hulu and Tubi TV. So that's really amazing.
Congratulations. That's major right there.
Thank you.
That is really, really dope. Let's just talk about that for a minute while we on the subject. How did that situation or that opportunity present itself to you?
Well, I actually have when I was in school, I took drama for a
Okay.
reason. I trained myself since I was a very small child to do this entertainment thing.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to just be a rapper. I wanted to do movies and I wanted to act. And so, the opportunity arose when I saw, an up and coming director. And he was someone that was connected to someone that I knew.
Yeah.
And I knew that my presence would be good on the film because I have a good following at this point in time, and I knew that I wouldn't take away from the film. I knew that I would only add,
Yes.
and so we reached out to him, and now I hopefully and more than likely we're going to be working on more movies.
No, we're manifesting it. You are, you will. It's already written. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we manifesting right here, right now, tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with that being said, it's safe to say that, we're gonna start seeing you more and more like on the big screen, doing
Hmm.
different roles. Did you enjoy, on that particular, you said it's a series now. Did you really enjoy the time that you worked on the set?
Yeah, honestly, it's easy for me.
Yeah.
Acting is something that I'm a natural personality, so it just kind of worked for me. The director said that I was one of, like, he didn't expect me to be so natural, and he was like, you were one of the most natural people coming in here. Like you just it was easy for you because I portrayed myself.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. When you get to be yourself, like, man, there's who else would we rather be? You know what I'm saying? And be able to
yeah,
just be yourself. My business partner said it's in the bag. So most definitely, like I said, we're manifesting it right here, right now.
yeah,
We're big, big movie roles on the way, all that, you know what I'm saying? And that's really, really dope because not everybody has the knack for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people are okay with just getting up and going to work to their 9 to 5 every
yeah.
day. And that's fine. Like, that's great. I did it for many, many, many years. But you at a young age are aspiring to do bigger things than that. And I love that. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
honestly, even I'm not at liberty to say which, but I also have a song coming out in a major video game. Let's just say a
Okay.
major video game.
Wow.
It, not
Congratulations.
definitely a major video game, one that everyone plays for sure. It ain't one that is in a Japanese, so this is one that everyone knows. I'm telling you, and that was also a blessing to be considered for that. So,
Yeah,
um,
that is huge. It sounds like you've had a lot of great opportunities, and that comes from you being a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're obedient to the man above, that's when those blessings come in. Because, like my OG says to me, we don't get our blessings from no man; they come from God. So it's like when you're a good person and you walk in faith, He's gonna keep putting them and showering you and covering you with all those blessings. And I'm loving it. With that being said, we coming to the end of 2023, right? What has been your biggest accomplishment this year?
man, a lot of my major accomplishments have came this year. I was actually talking about that the other day. Um, some of my major accomplishments this year were definitely, doing the show with Trick Daddy,
Yeah,
doing the movie, getting in a video game, um, and then Zaytoven, who is my favorite producer of all time, reached out to me on Instagram. That
nice.
was that was awesome.
That's major. Yeah, he's
You know,
legendary.
so just for him to even know my name is something that's a huge accomplishment for me. So, you know, all of those things, this has been a great year for me.
So, with that being said, you've had so many huge accomplishments in 2023. What are you gonna do, bro, to outdo that in 2024, man?
Honestly, it's not even going to be close because, you know, for 2024, man, my album's coming
Yeah.
and my tour is coming. And, you know, from there, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think people know really what I'm about to do. You know, right now I know people. I'm a mid-level dude. You know what I'm saying, but I don't think people know that I've been working on my potential.
Yeah, I love it. I love the fact that you are extremely confident with what you got going on because it starts with us. We have to believe in ourselves first because if we don't, we can't expect anybody else to.
No, we cannot.
Definitely. And shout out to your mom who's such a big supporter as well, you know. Shout out to
That's the
Dana.
that's the OG, man. Mom's manages a lot of people.
I love it. I love the fact that she's so heavily involved in your career. Like you and I were saying earlier on, you know, there's no better person to have represent you than someone like your mother because she's going to have your true interest at heart, you know, your best interest at heart. She's not going to be the one that's going to screw you over because there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of shysters out here in the music industry. So, you know, definitely shout out to her. Now, since you've been, you know, doing music like on a real serious level, what's the biggest like struggle that you've had to overcome?
Honestly, this is, you know, I try not to say this too much because I'm not a person that tries to make race a thing, but it is really hard being a white rapper. Uh, you know, people don't realize how hard it is because we get grouped up together. And
Understood.
like, I'm so different than any other white rapper out there. I feel like one, there's not even a lot of white rappers from South Florida, dog. You ain't got my flavor.
Nah, for real. You yay. Like my business partner said, you got it in the bag.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like one of the struggles that I come to find is just getting put in that box. You know, people want me to be that and not one to be that, bro. And it's like, so that's definitely, I feel like, one of my major struggles because it's like people see me and they assume that's what they're going to get off rip. And it's like sometimes that makes them a little bit wary of even trying it.
Right, absolutely. But you know what though? Like you are really making your mark in this music industry. And you know, we are gonna always people are just gonna always deal with that type of BS because there's people out here who love to troll on social media and stuff like that. You know, listen, I'm preaching to the choir, right? Like
What?
and I understand because like when I first moved to Atlanta, not only am I white, but I'm a female and I'm in a
Yeah,
predominantly, you know, hip hop dominated city doing what I do. I felt like I had something to prove. And that's why I came out here and I was like, yo, y'all gonna respect me because oftentimes people look and think, oh, culture vulture, this, that. Like it's not
definitely.
even about that. This is our love. This is what we
Yeah.
love to do. You know what I'm saying? And I respect it most definitely.
And you know, you said something actually, and that's the thing that I really, you know, really try to, you know, show people is that like I grew up with this. This is
Yeah,
who I am. This is
yeah.
what I love. This isn't an act. This isn't. I'm not pretending to try to be anything. Hip hop doesn't have a color.
No, for real. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because in any genre, hell, there could be a black country singer and it's okay. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, you know, my business partner, Shaw Cyber, just said continue to prove people wrong by being yourself. And that's 100% right. You know what I'm saying? And that's all we can do. We just gotta continue to be ourselves. And some are gonna love it, some are not, but that's okay. Because one thing I learned about life is we cannot please everybody, nor should we try
nah,
to. Period.
ever.
We'll go crazy trying to please everybody, you know. So I heard you say that next year, 2024, you're gonna be in album mode.
Yeah.
You know, is it time for that?
You know, honestly, I'm just so excited. I have some features that I'm really excited about. Like one of the ones that I will disclose is like I have a feature with one of Sauce Walker's artists from TSF, and that one I'm really excited about because it's so different.
Are you allowed to
Honestly,
tell us who or we gotta wait?
you gotta wait.
Okay. Because I know a couple of his artists. I was just curious if anybody I know. We could talk offline.
Yo, honestly, them boys they showed me love for a long time,
Yeah.
and like man, there's I ain't gonna lie. So there's 520 Promotions. He's a homeboy of mine,
Shout out to
and
520 Promotions. That's my homie.
yeah, bro. So man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. On the real talk, 520 has believed in me. I think before any other promoter, man.
So solid. So he and we share. I do a lot of blogging as well as my business partner, and I blog to 520's website and he blogs to mine. So yeah, good dude.
Yeah,
Good dude.
honestly, and he's one of the people that has always told me like, bro, you're gonna be a star. Like, just you need to post. People need to see you.
Absolutely. And those are the type of people that you have to keep around you, the people who genuinely want to see you win because, as we know, there's going to be people out here who envy what you got going on. So they're going to try to
What?
tear you down. Envy is worse than hate. When haters are people you don't know. Envy is people you do know. And that
Yeah,
could be more dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be
yeah.
mindful of the people we keep around us. Louis, I know we got this record that we're going to check out tonight, but I just want to ask you, outside of music, what else do you enjoy doing? Do you have other business ventures? Do you have hobbies? Give us a little bit outside of music with Trippy Juice. Oh, he's showing us right there. Talk to us about it.
So I'm a collector.
Okay.
I collect hold on, I gotta grab one thing for you
Yeah, go
real
ahead. Go
quick.
get it. We gotta see. Shout out
Mm.
to everybody checking in, man. We appreciate you taking some time tonight. Trippy Juice
So, you know what I'm
live.
saying? Look, Trippy, I'm a collector.
Okay.
I collect vintage games. I
That's
collect
dope.
like I was showing you here. This is an exclusive Cody Rose action figure that was only made on the website. But I
I
have
love it.
I have a collectible shop that you guys could check out anytime at Shot Around Collectibles. You know what I'm saying? So
That
y'all
is
follow me
dope.
on Instagram. And I'm real passionate about my collectible shop. It does really well. I got 57 5-star reviews on my website. So you know,
That's dope. How did you get into
well,
doing collectibles? That's really
uh,
dope. Is that something that started at a young age?
honestly, so it did at a young age. And through losing things out my life, and then becoming an adult that you know uh has a decent career. I find myself just kind of looking at things from my past and liking to go. I collect Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and wrestling figures and video games and systems. But the thing that I really enjoy about it is the people that it connects me with.
Yes.
And I do cons, like like Comic Cons and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I have a table and stuff like that, and I just really enjoy when I find something and I clean it up real nice, and then there's somebody that's looking for that item, and it makes their day, man. It's just something really cool.
Absolutely. And you nailed something just a second ago. You said, I think it's important that we get involved in other things outside of the industry because it opens you up to a whole new audience of people that may not have discovered your music because not everybody, is involved in the music industry and not everybody's on social media. So by you, doing collectibles and stuff, you might tap in with somebody who could be your next
Oh
biggest fan.
man, people actually don't know how big the collection world is, and
Yeah.
honestly, if you look at even just Comic Con, right? Like that's just one. They do these things all across the country all year long. People are dressing up and setting up booths and spending money and honestly, it's just a really cool time.
I love it. I love it. When are you gonna be back out here in the ATL, man?
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, man. That might have to be coming up soon, bro. Probably next 3 to 4 months, to be honest. Like
Well,
sometime next year.
definitely, like I said earlier on, let me know because me and the biggest OG bigger ranking, we gotta
Yeah.
you gotta come through and check out our studio. I'm working from the home studio tonight, but I would love to have you come through and pull up, skirt, skirt. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, man. Man, hey man, we gotta do a live performance from the block,
No,
man. You know what I'm
no, for
saying?
real, absolutely. And that's the beautiful thing about Atlanta, man. There's so many opportunities out here. There's so many things that you can get tapped in with. Of course, traveling from the basement, and I
What?
just kicked off my my new performance series. I'm excited about that. So, but listen, we're about to get into this record that you got. Is it called Ghost?
Yeah, so shout out to Scarlett. Me and her actually use the same beat. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So shout out to her. It's kind of cool that we use the same beat. And this is just one of right now. I think it's at 200,000 on Spotify in a couple months.
It's going up, most
It's going.
definitely. So before we check out the record, couple things we got to do, man. One, tell everybody where they can. Actually, you know what? Before we get into the closure of this Trippy Juice, what's the origin behind the name? I got to know.
So actually, Juice comes from my real name, my first name, and it's shortened. My real name is Justice. I don't
Okay,
really say my government too
I
much,
like it. I love
but
that.
so the juice comes from that, and the trippy because all my friends say I'm always tripping because I be yelling at them because they late as fuck.
Gotta be punctual, right?
So my homie Josh was like, "It's Trippy Juice, bro. That's you."
I love it. I love it. That's a really, really dope name. It's unique. Nobody else has it. And that's what we trying to do out here. No, I'm saying we ain't trying. We doing. We standing out. We ain't trying to fit in, right?
Right.
Big facts, man. Where can they follow Trippy Juice on all your socials?
So y'all can follow me on Instagram at Trippy Juice One, but I'm actually working on a new Instagram called Trippy Juice Official.
Okay.
So follow both of those. I'm on TikTok, Trippy Juice. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere, Trippy Juice. All you gotta do is Google Trippy. I'm the only Trippy Juice. There's another Trippy Juice. He a fraud. I got too much out there.
Do you have your own website put up yet?
So I don't have a website. I do have my label website, delinquentsoulrecords.com.
Okay.
There's that. But if you Google Trippy Juice, I have my artist panel up there, all that
Yes.
good stuff. If you go on YouTube, Trippy Juice, my artist panel, all that good stuff. So
Love it. Most definitely. You got everything in order. Shout out once again to your mom. Shout out to
to
Dana.
mom,
Mom Duke's holding it down. You know what I'm
bro, she the
saying?
go.
Make sure you bring her to ATL when you
Oh,
come.
she coming. What? She travel with me.
Her and I gonna have to have some little girl time or something. You know what I'm saying? That'll be
Uh,
dope. That'll be dope. I know you have a lot of people, of course, including her, that are supporting you. You have people
yes, I
that
do.
tuned in tonight. Who do you want to shout out and show some love to?
There's so many people. I saw my dog Brutal. Shout out Brutal. You know what I'm saying? Um, I want to shout out to my dog, Kid Creature, to Nato the Great. Shout out to uh, Lil Jitman. We having a show with Brick Boy Dior and
Okay.
Arson and my dog Arson from Camp Camo coming up. So shout out to them boys. And just shout out to all my homeboys. Y'all know who y'all are, bro.
Shout out to yourself too.
Big shout out to Trippy Juice, man.
Shout out to Trippy Juice, man, because you out here making it happen. Like, I've learned so much about you in these like 45 minutes. Like, you really are out here doing it, man. And I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know we're
Thank
just
you.
starting to build, but I'm proud of you because you're welcome. You've overcome some stuff throughout your life. Like you said, you had to sit down for a little minute. You pushed through that. You didn't use no excuses. You just out here getting to it, bro. So people like you are big motivation for people like me. I love being around people who are just out here getting to it unapologetically.
Thank you so much. I really try to, inspire people every day.
Nah, for real, you're doing a good job. So my last question for Trippy Juice before we get into this record, we live on Industry's Most Wanted. Big Industry's Most Wanted. You see it back there. Straight like that. Trippy Juice, tell everybody what makes you the Industry's Most Wanted.
Man, so what makes me the industry most wanted is I'm always keep it real with you. I'm always keep it raw. I'm always keep it uncut, and I'm always keep it trippy.
Trippy. Do you have like a signature ad lib that you put in all your songs?
I do actually. My ad lib. So I do this. It's like this. It's like what? You'll hear it a lot. Every time I say a lot, you'll hear what?
So, are we gonna hear it in this record? Are we about to check out?
You might. I don't know, but it might be up in there.
And you should add some stand-up comedy because you got a good sense of humor. I'm loving it.
Bro, I've thought about it.
You should. I'll come. I'll pay. Come go to the improv. I'm gonna pay to come see you. Okay.
All right, all right.
So let's go ahead and check out this record. It's called Ghost, man. But before we do, I appreciate you taking the time tonight to check in right here on Industry's Most Wanted. Again, you do have an interview coming up with my business partner, Shaw Cypher. He's in Jacksonville. He out there in Duval County.
That boy from Duval, not
Dude, he actually
Duval.
he from Brooklyn, but he out there in Duval. You know,
Oh
he been out there
yeah.
for a minute. So definitely I'm excited for you and him to link up. So you're gonna be on the grind live soon. So everybody who's tuned in, make sure you be on the lookout for that. But
Yep.
yeah, we're about to get into this record. Go ahead and introduce it for us.
Hey man, so y'all know this Trippy Juice. This record is Ghost, and it's the hottest thing out.
Hey, let's go.
Industry
Pluto.
most wanted.
Could have been a ghost, make a bitch do a seance. Trippy, he the goat on your couch with my shoes on. Old girl, man, told her I better move on. Had to get the presidential rollie in the two-tone. I stay inside of the green like a crouton. Trippy got the salt drip like Grey Poupon. Hop on the track, then they know I can't do wrong. Hop on the track, then they know I can't do wrong. Trippy got the gas unleaded. They wanna know where I'm going, where I'm headed. They wanna talk, want beef, better did it. All I know is she sent the text, I ain't ready. Bitch so bad, she ain't even got to edit. Cash on me, I ain't even talking that. Brand new Hellcat, and I put up in the devil. Water in the dirt like I put it. High like I'm in a space shuttle. Always with a team like
You,
y'all in a hug. Yeah, I'm too lovely.
you having too much fun.
I love all my money, I love all my hustle. Yeah,
Yeah.
ballin' on
Balling on
super
super
status.
fast.
You know you ravish.
You ravish.
Lady, when I throw a touchdown, they should have put me on man. Throw the plug, send the package. Call my girlfriend to go bag it. Flipping just like acrobatics. Money done made me a savage. Split with my homies, we happy. Horse Carrera, my carriage. Alright, like carrot. I'm living like ain't have too many around me, that's a bet. She only here for the neck. Had to hustle up,
Then Nike my check.
they be talking, yeah, I hear us in effect. In this shit like a vet. I win my dog like a vet. She got a collar, no pet. Hop on a jet, cause I got a jet, yeah. Pulled up in a ghost, make a bitch do a seance. Trippy, he the goat on your couch with my shoes on. Old girl, man, told her I better move on. Had to get the presidential rollie in the two-tone. I stay inside of the green like a crouton. Trippy got the salt drip like Grey Poupon. Hop on the track, then they know I can't do wrong. Hop on the track, then they know I can't do wrong.
Big Trippy Juice.
Yeah, man.
Yo, it's only Big Trippy Juice over there.
That's
Oh,
right.
that record is fire.
Thank you so much,
That
man. I
record
really,
is fire. And let me
I,
tell you, like, I love the tone that you deliver, man. Like, what a I'm getting feedback over here. Sorry about that. I turned my phone up. Man, that is a great record, bro. Like, I love the tone of your voice. You absolutely have a unique sound. You have that superstar sound about you. I will absolutely see you at the top.
thank you. I really have. I feel like, especially when I made Ghost, I knew that I found my sound. I knew that I found the sound that, like, I can't explain it, but it's like there's a certain tone of voice that I've been using, man, and it's like this is it. This is what's gonna take me.
Yo, stick with that. That record's going on my playlist. I'm gonna work out to that joint right
Thank
there.
you
No,
so
for
much.
real. Like that is gonna listen. I like good music to work out to because I be in the gym dancing. I be doing
That's
my
why I
thing.
made it, bro. Make you do your jig, bro.
Nah, for real. Like you gonna help get me in shape.
Yeah,
Shout out to my people over there, Antoine on Facebook
yeah.
checking in. He gave you the flames, the fire emoji. So definitely, he said give.
Yo, that would be gas. Yo, believe it or not, bro, Bubba Sparks like 2 years ago actually like literally came to my profile, like everything, bro. That would be amazing.
That see, look, we manifesting it. He said, "Get Bubba Sparks on the remix, bro." We just lost him. His phone may have disconnected. But listen, everybody, thank you guys for tuning in, checking in tonight. If you missed any part of this, it does remain permanently on the YouTube channel. So make sure you go back and watch it.